All right, welcome to the bracket episode 136. Today we are debating which things are only cool in college. No Nick today, he is out, but we do have a full crew. We got Cheah back, we got KB obviously back, and we got Rude Boy, Pat, and Doogs. Doogs, if you asked me right now if you were still in college, I would probably say yes.
Yeah, I still act like it sometimes.
Yeah, I would have guessed that you're still in college as we speak. We have a lot of interesting things to get to, but we do have another, I would say, one of the more random things I think Tommy Smokes has ever produced.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
In his Wizard diss track. A conversation we had a couple episodes ago. I don't even remember what span. Like, I don't remember at all.
I don't remember either, but I just remember saying the words, I'll make a diss track about Wizards.
Yeah.
And so I did.
And it's highly produced. It's well put together. And I think we'll just play it. You want to?
Yeah, shout out Jetski. He helped produce it.
Oh my God.
Should I put it on Spotify? All right, hopefully by now it's on Spotify. Obviously I have my other rap album out.
Yeah.
I forget if I need days of approval for that, but it will be on Spotify.
All right, guys, you ready for magic? Can you see it?
Yep.
Oh boy.
37 seconds. Wow.
Can you hear it? Just let me make sure.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's play it.
Shit.
Bump that
Here we
shit up.
Man, I gotta get something off my chest. So much rap beef going on right now. Drake, Kendrick. But everyone knows the real beef, man. Smokes hates these magic bitches. It's your time. It's your time, Wizards. You're rolling Dumbledore backwards right now. Those wands ain't gonna save you now. Fuck Ron Weasley, man, he's always trying to tease me. I'm sick of these magician motherfuckers trying to see tall hat on beer, wand waving old man. The real magic stick is what I carry in my pack. Man, fuck Harry Potter and that scar on his face. You make pussy disappear and you don't leave a trace. Your wand might be big, but your dick is tiny. Don't believe me, motherfucker, then just ask Hermione. Fuck Gilbert Arenas and his tiny ass penis. Fuck John Wall and his ugly Adidas. Second pick in the draft, cause y'all sucks on my jazz. Y'all don't have a spell to make a clean chest pad. I'm a smoking wizard pack, but I still want more. Rolling up that old creep they call Dumbledore. It's been 300 years since you last got action. That pedo plays with more kids than Michael Jackson. Yeah, who's next on the list? Which one of my so-called wizards need a shell from the clip? Which one of my wizards? My so-called wizards.
Little Family Matters parody here.
Which one of my so-called wizards? Which wizard? Always knew I had to smoke y'all wizards. Doctor Strange is weird as fuck. I don't know what his powers do. I just talked to Tony Stark. Avengers, they don't fuck with you. You think you got magic? Guess what? Smoke's got it too. Why your spells be making now? Mine just summon W. And fuck all them bitches down at Waverly Place. Team Just Sandwiches and trash. I found a hair in my plate. You show for 12-year-olds still believing in Santa. I'ma shut your whole ass off and go watch Hannah Montana. Pussy ass wizards. I hate
That's pretty much it. Then we kind of just fade out.
Fade out for another minute.
It's a lot of
You faded out for 37 seconds.
That's like half
I
the
kind of
song.
just talked my shit over the beat because we had to wait for the beat to wrap
Stop
up.
share. Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, that's it. That's my diss track on Wizards.
I'm impressed.
That's very.
You made it way more of a project than I anticipated.
Yeah, I was just going to do a voice memo with no beat for like 90 seconds, but I talked to Jetski. He was like, no, we'll throw a beat under it. We got in the lab.
Yeah.
We got a music studio here now. And just he chefed it up. And smoke those Wizards.
He loves the disc game. He produced my devil hate track.
You
You did a devil diss track?
Yeah.
What?
But I never.
Oh, so you kind of
Unreleased.
Dangerous waters, bro.
I think you got to play it right now.
Well, do you have this file?
I don't have it on hand.
devil diss
I
track.
had made a diss track about the devil from a priest point of view.
Oh,
Jetski produced it,
Huh.
but I never released it.
Jetski might have more
next
producing
week.
rap credits than anyone.
like anyone on the planet. It's unbelievable. But yeah, thank you to Tommy. I mean, again,
Yeah, tremendous.
tremendous
good,
amount of
Tom.
effort. And
I might just become a rapper.
you and you're working on a music video for it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
I
be.
want to get an AI to make a response track
Hey, I'm from a wizard.
from maybe like a Ron Weasley point of view or a Harry Potter point of view.
Yeah. Thank
Craig's
you
will
to
get that.
Yeah, no.
Dude, I kind of got goosebumps when you did the My So-Called Wizard.
Yeah.
That was chills, bro. Chill.
Thank you.
Before we get into the episode, though, let's talk about game time. Thank you. We'll say that
If you want to see me in concert someday.
someday, you'll be able to see
Yeah.
Tommy.
You should
Smokes in
come
concert.
perform at our Nashville show on August 8th.
The Wizard diss track?
There you
How
go.
did-
Wizard diss
I
track.
will do almost anything to go to Nashville.
I just got a text from Glennie Balls. He's going to come to me and Joey's show in Nashville. August 8th, nowshewilltour.com. We could have a Tommy Smokes performance, maybe?
Let me check my cal.
All right.
How
You
do
might
we-
be booked and busy.
Yeah.
How does the gay community feel about Wizards?
Big fans, brother.
Big fans?
Yeah, so
Hell
maybe
yeah.
it could be tough.
Yeah, you know, the gay community and their really hot takes on Wizards.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure. But let's talk about Game Time, one of our favorite sponsors over here. Did you know that you can get tickets to Limp Bizkit in Bethel Woods Center for the Arts in Bethel, New York, for just $29? They always ask you to find one, but I always like to purposely go and find something better than like whatever is like Billy Joel at MSG. Limp Bizkit, $29 in Bethel, New York. That's right. You should go see that right now, and you can do it with Game Time. That's right. Thanks to Game Time, the ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They have flash deals for sudden discounts, zone deals for when you're feeling flexible, and their lowest price guarantee, which means that if you can find the same seats for less anywhere else, Game Time will credit you for 110% of the difference. Game Time is the best place for last-minute seats with up to 60% off your favorite events. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BRACKET for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Thanks to Game Time, and thanks again to Tommy for the Wizard rap. That was
Of course. Anyone have a favorite line? Should we do? Maybe we go around the room. We say what everyone's favorite line.
Yeah,
was?
I have one.
Yeah.
When you talked about your own personal magic wand
Yeah.
in your pants,
Yeah.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
Just
one.
Ask Hermione is my
missed that.
favorite. Yeah.
Was
Don't-
that all your ink, or did someone else pen it with you?
No, I wrote it all myself.
On God?
On God, yeah. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, Roan's your ghostwriter." No, that's all Smokes.
all
I mean,
Smokes.
minor adjustments where Jets could be like, put this word here or whatever. But
The lyrics weren't in Hebrew, so we know it wasn't Rome. Ghostwriting for you.
That's facts.
But yeah, so again, thanks to Game Time. Again, bracket of things that are only cool to do in college. First matchup of the day, number 5 seed versus the 12 seed. The number 5 seed is having posters. Specifically, there's a few options that I think are more universal. I think Bob Marley, Boondock Saints are the big two for posters on the wall. And then also flags and also blacklight decor. I'm including all this under that same banner. So posters, flags, or blacklight decor on your wall. Going up-
question: does like a Budweiser or Bud Light sign, or is that its own thing? Would
that'll be semi-included under a different thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's going up against the number 12 seed, sitting in the students section. This isn't something I've done. I didn't know. Do non-students do this?
Yeah, the storm. Yeah, the storm chasers.
I'm almost 35, and I did that last year.
Last
So,
year.
yeah,
our
I do that
company.
every year, and it's
We do
very
that.
cool. So I don't know what
Every
you're talking about.
28-year-old at Barstool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So sitting in the student section or
it's the
having
coolest thing you can do.
or having posters and all that stuff. Starting out, let's start with you, Doogs.
Least cool thing?
Yeah, which one is the only which one is the thing that's only cool to do in college?
Oh, it's having the black light decor and the posters. I had to get new black light strings for every single year that I was in college. Because every
That's
single
their
time, that, like
expense.
just taking them down, no, they're so cheap. Just getting like overnight, you could have that shit. You could have the best pregame of your life in less than 12 hours. Just put like with the posters, the
glad
black
we
light-
got
Dude,
Doogs
just
for
so
that.
perfect.
Long time.
You could have like you could be in the dorm room at 11 p.m. and by 11 a.m. you're like setting up black lights for your dorm. But I think
Just give me
posters
12
also.
hours,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, just 12 hours is all I need.
He's like a storm chaser.
But even more so than that, I think posters are more than black light decor.
Yeah, posters
Yeah.
more so.
Yeah.
Yeah, which ones? Because like you're a little younger than us, or at least me, and I guess KB and channel.
The big one was
poster for you guys?
Animal House with the Jack.
Animal House specifically?
Yeah,
Wow.
Jack Daniels.
Or the two girls
Belushi.
making out. That was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I
what I'm
didn't
talking
have
about?
that.
It's like two surfer girls. It's like a famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, just drop the link.
Yeah, I remember my
sure, for
roommate
sure.
one year had like a Kate Upton bikini one.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
like,
That's-
yeah,
Kate
Kate
this
Upton
is
Cat Daddy
sick.
Cat Daddy was huge in that
Yeah.
in that specific time period.
What's Cat Daddy?
Her doing the Cat Daddy, Kate Upton,
I don't even know what that is.
and it's kind of like going like that.
dance.
Yeah, all right.
Simple. It's a simple step.
It's just her
Thank you.
in like a bikini doing a dance, and every guy was obsessed with it for
Okay.
a pretty decent chunk.
Almost every guy.
Almost every.
Saturdays for the boys flag was huge when I was in college.
That's still huge.
Still huge.
Go buy it at the
Massive.
Barstool
Store.
store.
So one vote for the posters.
Yeah, I mean, going to a game, sitting in the student section, maybe wearing like a bunch of rain gear
Yeah.
and trying to storm the court is awesome. Even when you're 28, even if you're 29, 30.
Or even up higher than that.
Higher
even.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. So posters, yeah, you can't be an adult living in like a major city with posters on their wall. You just can't.
I have so many posters that I brought home from school, being like, "This is gonna look sick in my apartment," and then I was like, "Nope, not
can't
the
do it.
look."
I think I had one of like the Odell catch in college,
yeah.
like a Yankee Stadium one. My roommate had a bunch of like Kanye, Travis Scott, and it was sick. But now, no.
I had a poster. It was Ireland, and then all around it was every single last name, origin, spot, and everything like that. It was so fucking stupid. It was so ridiculous. What was yours, Doogs?
Well, I went through phases in college. Like I started out with like the classic like douchey posters at like, you know, probably like the John Belushi one. But by senior year, I actually like was trying like not to get laid. Like my wall was covered with like Game of Thrones shit. Like I had the Westeros flag like laying above my bed.
The Westeros flag.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Of like all the locations and
Yeah.
shit. So it changed throughout the years.
Pat?
The flags for sure. So that's arguably one of the coolest things you can do is sit in a student section, no matter your age.
Yeah, no matter what your age is.
Yeah, easily.
3 for posters. Rudy?
I don't know. I'm kind of torn. The students, I think we're overshadowing how bizarre that is if you're out of college to be in the student section. 'Cause
No.
There's literally nothing weird about that.
I'm picturing just like a truly random citizen who's a fan of a college. And I think Jeff Gelo's done this, if I'm being. Am I wrong?
For like UConn or I'm pretty sure, yeah, maybe for UConn.
I mean, I'm picturing
Penn
that one
State.
picture of him at Penn State, but I feel like
Yes.
he was
Yeah.
a
He
student.
was a student,
I think
yeah.
he was a student.
Right.
For that.
Looked exactly the same as he
Yeah.
does now.
yeah.
That's what I think is fucking me up is that one picture, Tommy. But I do think he was a student. But I got to go with the posters. I think it's just a no-go in terms of maturing as an adult. It's a common thing. You can get by on the student section thing. You can argue that point, but if you bring someone over and you got the Budweiser poster as a full-grown man, it's very difficult to win that battle.
So we got 4 for the posters right now. Cheah?
Yeah, I agree. The posters and flag stuff, because, you know, storm chasers aside, if you're 23, 24 and you have friends that are still in college, like, and you know people that are in stints, by all means, like, go. And that's like totally cool, like, hey, I'm back, that type of thing. So the posters, yeah, I don't know at what point it becomes like not acceptable, but yeah, when you're in an apartment with like friends and stuff like that, you can't be looking like a college student.
What was your decor?
Yeah, I'm
That's what
very
curious about.
very curious as well.
College?
I could see you just having a graph, like an Excel graph.
No.
You
But,
definitely
with
had
That was
no-
racist.
You
That was
definitely had some horny posters, I bet.
He's the data guy.
I didn't. I don't know
See,
if I
he has a
had any
graph.
posters.
He has math equations.
No, I had a Bucks flag.
Okay, that tracks. I
Yep.
think flags are better than posters, first of all, but keep going.
I had a Hofstra flag, which is where I went to school. And I don't think I had any posters.
Really?
It was a long time ago.
not like a
too,
Wayne
but-
Corbett or I guess Bucks, but like
No.
a whatever Nick player.
No.
I wish Clemmer was here
Oh.
No. Yeah. Pretty.
in college before the advent of the poster.
Yeah, at Oxford.
Yeah,
He had pastel paintings on his
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, he had lanterns.
Just to keep actual light in. So another one for posters, KB.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to beat because it's very cool in college and it's almost necessary to have like violently masculine posters. But as soon as you move out, like if it is the lamest thing in the world.
So I think we're
posters.
voting on like the disparity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So disparity
Like of
wise.
how cool it is in college and how not cool it
The
is.
second
Yeah.
you leave, like
Yeah.
the second you leave.
If
yeah.
you had a cool poster set up in your room, my respect for you automatically went like skyrocketing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I had a Bob
It told
Marley
me
fuzzy one.
everything I needed to know if I was going to be friends with you or not. You walk into that room and you see their poster collection. It's like, we're going to be friends or we're not.
I had a Notorious B.I.G. in a suit.
Yes, yes.
I feel like that was amazing.
Oh, you know what was a big one?
I had a
Mac
couple of the
Miller.
good ones. I just can't remember.
Oh, this right here. This used to be.
Mac
I'm
Miller?
wearing a poster.
Yeah.
Now. I went from like throwing out this poster to being like, let's get it on a T-shirt.
You just wear them. You wear them now. Yeah. So posters is going to move on now. We have the 4 seed versus the 13 seed. The 4 seed, another decor thing, keeping liquor bottles or beer can boxes as decor, which was everyone always above the cabinets when they went to
Yep.
like off-campus housing and all that. And that's. Do you do that right now, Doogs?
No.
Okay.
No.
I know you made a face like
What was that?
That's
No.
a good one.
and that's going up against number 13 seed, wearing basketball jerseys to parties. One of Tommy's.
Yeah. I mean, I think
man.
that was the Darty anthem. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, if you wear
The
Yeah.
imagine wearing a basketball jersey to somebody's apartment party.
Toon Squad. Yeah. So start with you, KB.
Oh man. The liquor is along the same lines as the last one. Just unacceptable after college. Barely acceptable in college as a senior. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
The basketball jersey, I feel like cool guys in like the Midwest still do that at like 30.
Are they
Yeah.
cool though?
Like cool
They fuck.
cool douchebags from Indiana probably.
You can wear it to the
wear-
beach, I feel like, as an adult. In
They
some,
still, and
some
yeah, there's still
circles.
like some people can rock them, but it's douchey. So I'm going the liquor bottles. You just cannot do that.
Yeah. One for the liquor bottles, Cheah.
So this reminded me of my college setup. So my senior year, we lived off campus, and I lived in this room that had like my room was very small. I think it was 10 by 10, but I had this like little tiny hallway that was maybe a couple feet and then into the room. And on my walls was all basketball jerseys. So I had a bunch of champion basketball jerseys that I would hang on the wall. And then I had Bucks flag, Hofstra flag, and then I had a poster that I made out of newspaper clippings from the day after the Bucks won the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
So that was my room setup. I was listening to a Ryan Russillo podcast, I think, recently, where he was talking about how he had he had so many jerseys from like college and post-college that whenever he had guys come over to like watch basketball or hang out, they all had to wear a jersey. That was the one rule. So, and he had jerseys to give them if they wanted to. So I think wearing jerseys is awesome. I'm never going to shit talk jerseys. So I'm going to go with the liquor bottles, which is disgusting once you pass the age of 22.
Mm-hmm. A 2 for the liquor bottles, Rudy.
Yeah, it's the liquor. The liquor bottles, I think, is going to be really hard to beat. I thought the posters was going to be the juggernaut. This is so difficult because it is so typical college, and it's like the funniest way to communicate. Where it's like how a caveman would be like, "I drink." It's like it's like a caveman. It's like a caveman. Yeah.
This guy's got bottles of $2 Admiral on his.
Admiral Nelson.
Yeah,
okay.
Admiral Nelson.
And the funniest thing is that you would walk into certain places that would host parties, and you'd see those bottles, and the whole apartment is a fucking disaster zone. It's just everything is not right, nothing is cared for, but those bottles are perfectly maintained,
Alphabetical order.
perfectly placed with the labels out in like they look like
Yeah.
soldiers in
They're
an
like
army.
color coordinated.
Yeah.
Like, 3 olive flavors.
So much effort.
So yeah.
It's like a badge
so
of
much
honor.
effort.
Like,
Yeah.
And then the beer cases on the wall.
Yep.
We used to
Yeah,
cut them down
that's
with
counts under this, by the
cardboard
way.
and
That's
like,
what I was
tape
thinking
the
of.
cardboard to the wall.
Yep.
I was guilty of that. I did that when I was still living with my parents.
In your home?
Yeah, it was just
Like
something.
as a high school boy.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's awesome.
sick.
Yeah,
That's actually
that's
awesome.
even cooler than in college.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, the bottles is crazy.
The bottles and the boxes, Cheah.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Pat?
Yeah, I think bottles. When myself, Glennie, and Za were partying with the Kappa boys at UF last fall, they
Yeah, this was the perfect. Was this a
actually no, I think this is like a couple months ago.
And this was not a work trip.
This is
No, this is work trip. We go to UF. It was a work trip, I think. They had quite the collection, and I just can't imagine having that after school.
And it's always like it's like Nikolai, Admiral Nelson, and like just the cheapest liquor you've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tommy?
it's scary too. If you see that, it's like kind of intimidating. If you see a lot of bottles,
It's
up
like
there.
a graveyard, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bottles. I mean, imagine like you go to a Yankee game or something and like they had a cool Bud Light. And you're
Yeah.
like, holy fuck. This
We
is
were-
going to look sick.
We were
next
afraid-
to my St. Patty's Day.
We
Bud
were
Light
afraid
one.
because we were with a couple Pikes, and the Pikes and the Kappas don't get along. So we had to
Shit.
make
Oh,
sure
shit.
to like,
You got- yeah,
keep
tread-
them. We had to make sure to keep
tread
them
lightly.
separate. Yeah.
Another one for the bottles, but
Mine was I actually think when I was in college, I never thought the bottles was cool. I didn't think that I think I just missed the time period. Like, I was 1%, I would like to think, self-aware at that time, being like, no, that's not cool. But posters and Saturdays, for like the flags are cool.
Yeah.
That's not. Like, but, yeah,
Bottles.
but jerseys in college was sick. If somebody had a cool jersey at a day drink, I'd be like, can I buy that off your back right now?
it's
So-
always the Toon Squad, man. Always
Yeah,
the Toon Squad
the
jersey.
despair-
Vince
There's-
Carter.
Yeah.
I still have mine. I gave a shit ton to my cousin who's gonna be a freshman. I was like, these will
Hell
treat you
yeah.
well. Yeah,
like passing it
Yeah,
down.
passing
He's
it
seen
torch.
some miles.
yeah. yeah.
Oh shit! The bottles, another clean sweep. Now we have the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed is going to a packed house party, going to super packed house parties, which I would
I would love to go
Brother,
to a packed house party.
sign me up
obviously.
today for a
Yeah.
packed house party.
And that's going up against the number 9 seed. This one comes with a little bit of a disclaimer. Chugging really fast, parentheses, unless you are Dana Beers.
Then it's still awesome.
Then it's still
Then it's
very
awesome,
Then
yeah.
it's still very, very cool. So starting with you, Dukes.
Chugging fast is still really fucking cool. Like it is one of the
Yeah, you
things.
said it.
Yeah, like, it is. If some little dipshit when you're visiting college just like chug against me and you're like, oh, I can't, and then you just smoke him. There's no better feeling in the world, and that has happened one too many times for me. So.
That's in college, though, we're saying.
The,
Oh, recently you've been doing that.
Oh, I think when you get called out as an older guy and you smoke a college kid, it plays.
It's very satisfying.
You can't
yeah.
be
But how old? Like, yeah, when you're
You-
like 35, 40. I think if you're like
Not there's anything
26,
wrong
you
with that.
cannot
pathetic.
you cannot call someone else out for chugging. Do you know what I'm saying?
when the
let
old
me tell
guy
you
like
something.
shows
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
young
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
like
he's still
I would
got it.
never nowadays be like I could chug faster than you, but if I get challenged, I will accept that.
You're
challenge.
describing this like it's a fucking duel. It's so fun. Like,
It is. They are questioning your manhood. They are. So I guess my answer is
which one is less cool the second you leave
Which
college?
one's the bigger disparity? Yeah.
Fuck.
Chugging fast or going to packed house parties?
going to packed house parties.
Really? That's
Yeah.
shocking.
Yeah, going to a packed house party just
love
because
it.
of like the stickiness on the ground.
Oh, I hate that.
And you leaving. I just
Yeah.
went, and I've done both of those things that we just listed like in the past 6 months. So
We used to go to a house party. We called it the Den at UMass, and there was a room upstairs where everyone would like smoke weed and party and whatever. And people didn't want to walk downstairs to go to the bathroom, so you would just piss on the rug.
Oh my
yeah,
god!
I just took that.
That's like, it was foul. I used to go there with Coley Mick. Shout out Coley Mick.
I just
RIP.
took Eddie to a Dayton house party like after we won that game, and the guy goes in the house. He's like, "Yeah, the bathroom's broken. Just like use the bathtub. Just pee in the bathtub."
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! Tommy,
I would love to still get to a packed house party as an adult. It's one of the things I miss most about college.
but would
I
it
mean,
be cool?
I think it could be cool. I mean, like you can have a functioning bathroom, but like just having a bunch of people over at a house, or even like New York City apartments are pretty small most of the time, so it's hard to like have a true like apartment party. Chugging in college is like chugging in college is sick. Now if you're like if you were at and you're like, look how fast I can chug this.
I agree with that.
Unless again you were Dana, then
Exactly.
but it is honestly crazy how fast Dana chugs. I know we like to make fun of him, but he has an incredible talent to chug fast. I think that's a lot lamer now, so I'm gonna go with the chugging.
The chugging 1-1 right now. Pat,
Yeah, chugging is way lamer. House parties are great. Like I said, we were with SAE, Kappas, and Pikes at UF like a little while ago. I think we went to like 3 different house parties, and it was just lit.
this is so perfect. This is so perfect. You could not.
Like
script
this is not a
better.
joke. Like this, what like me and Glennie are gearing up for year 5 this fall.
Could not have possibly scripted this better.
Yeah.
Rudy.
Yeah, I'm with Tommy. I miss the house party. They're so fun. Now, the idea I have in my head is I can handle a packed house party if it's a cool party. The odds of that happening are near zero.
Remember the one we went to in Boulder? That was fucking sick.
Yes, that was dope.
Yeah,
that
it was
fun.
just an awesome. I mean, we're quite old
Yeah.
to be there, but it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And yeah, chugging, if someone was like, yo, chug me, I'd just be like, go for it.
Chugging
I would
hurts.
It's painful now.
Yeah, so no, I think chugging. I think chugging is definitely
Three
lamer now.
3 for chugging, 1 for the house parties. Jay.
This is tough because we had Deutsch during the last case race. This is a guy who chugged. How would you describe? We basically got 2 minutes of this guy chugging on our team, and he downs like 9 beers in like a minute and a half.
He's an animal.
Incredible.
It was tremendously cool.
So and he's like in his 30s.
Yeah.
So
What's his name? Deutsch?
Ronnie Deutsch.
He works for us?
Deutsch.
It's the
That's so
perfect chug
different.
guy name.
That's so different during
Yeah.
a case race.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
He'll like
Yeah.
set up at tailgates and be like put up your $20 to mine 100, and I could beat you in chugging, and nobody ever beats him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever used to
Yeah.
funnel beers?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can
That I
funnel a
enjoy.
beer. I can't just chug, but I can like funnel a beer.
Funneling is awesome. You just
Yeah.
open wide.
I got called out actually this weekend because I don't know if you guys know this, but like
we go.
it's called frat
We do
topping.
not.
It's called frat topping, where you take like a can of beer and you like,
Ew.
open it to make it
I've done that.
a water mouth, so you can like chug it or drink it easier.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend was like, "Are you seriously frat topping at my family dinner?" And I was like, "I did."
At your family? Oh,
Like
dude.
we were at, like,
no.
we were at like a restaurant, and like the last beer I was like trying to finish it, so I did it really quick.
You're at the Olive Garden?
No, we were in San Diego, but I was highly embarrassed that I got called out for it.
But you
That's
couldn't
wrong.
not do it.
It was just like
Yeah,
human
yeah.
nature.
It was human nature. It was like, yeah,
What did her parents say?
they didn't notice.
You did it that quick.
Yes,
All right.
That's kinda
That is
cool.
actually
I
sick.
deutshed it.
That's actually
I
sick.
deutshed it.
So you're gonna go with the house parties, Che?
How? Because house parties are awesome. It doesn't even matter how old you are. Like a couple years ago, I had friends over for a New Year's party, and it was sick.
That's different, I think, than what we're going
Yeah.
for here. You know what I mean? Like just having people
It
over your
wasn't
home.
like packed to the gills, but like we had I don't know 20 people there. It was fun in a basement. But yeah, I mean, I guess chugging is only cool when you're in college, outside of a couple, like very few
The
exceptions.
elites.
Ronnie
Yeah.
Deutsch and Dana
The
Beers.
elites,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. KB?
Okay, I'm trying to picture myself 30 years old. Chugging a beer quickly, I think, is always cool.
Okay.
Like if we're at the lake, at a tailgate, any age, someone chugs a beer fast, that's cool. Chugging liquor horribly is pathetic, and chugging liquor really well as a grown adult is also pathetic. So that's
Facts.
not cool, but it is cool in college. House party. I'm imagining it's not like an adult house party.
Like a banger
Yeah.
of a house
It's just
party.
like a
like a banger and like all
Okay.
packed
This
house
all
party.
like old
depends-
school house party.
Yeah.
So like a 30-year-old at a house party, it all depends on how much you're getting fucked with by how much people are talking to you. Because if you're at the house party and no one is talking to you and you're just in the corner, horrible. But you also don't want people to fuck with you too hard because that's weird.
Yeah, then you're like Frank
I'm
the
gonna
Tank in old
go-
school or something.
I'm gonna go house party, like being at a college house party that's packed.
You know what?
They hate you if you're there, I feel like. With
And
very
being
few
30?
No, wait. I thought this is like as an adult having a house party with other adults. It's not
I
as an
guess,
adult
yeah.
at a college house party.
Which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's not what you think it was.
It's not, what do you mean?
Yeah, like the packed college house party when you're older, like it's cool to be there, but it's not what you remember it.
We were at when Za and I were with the Kappas. We
Heard the story, Ted.
he put on like he was like hammered at this house party.
No.
it was
Okay, I'll say this.
it was
If I
me, him, and Glennie, and he put on like they were listening to like new normal music, and Za like took over the aux and put on like Tony Yayo and G Unit and was like dancing on the counter. It was that was cool.
If I was
but it was
drunk-
scary. I'm sure everyone was just terrified of these three old people. One of them is a midget.
If I was drunk at a house party in college and Za showed up and started taking over the aux cord, it would be the greatest day of my entire life.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I would talk about that for every day for the rest of my life.
I kept like hiding in the garage because I felt weird about being there. Maybe I should change my answer. Nah, I'm keeping my answer.
Yeah. Either way, the Chugging Fast is going to move on. Now we have the 1 seed versus the 16 seed Cheah game. Let's do the Cheah game first. First option is Jungle Juice. I think this is a very good one.
A modern day Borg.
What's a Borg?
Yeah.
Same Doogs, take it away.
It's just like it's a jungle. It's basically just a jungle juice in a gallon.
In a
In a gallon jug.
Oh, okay. Ultimate Frisbee from Cheah.
Okay, dude.
Was that ever cool?
It's always been cool.
Oh.
Kegs and Eggs from Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, just kegs in general, but
Kegs and eggs.
kegs and eggs was classic in college. Go to Mugsy's, kegs and eggs before the game.
Whippets.
Never done them.
I never did that either.
done-
Cooler,
Never did
cooler
it.
post college.
Yeah, I agree.
They're cooler post college.
Yeah.
Going out really late, also from Tommy. I agree. I think it depends on the time. Like if you're coming home at like 5 a.m., like you're
Yeah, or even just the time that you go out.
true. Yeah.
Like when you're in college, like, oh, I'm not going to the bars till like midnight.
yeah,
now
it's
it's
fuck
crazy to me now.
that.
Yeah.
get me to a bar by 9:30.
Maximum.
Latest.
Yeah. Keg stands, which you mentioned before. Drinking Natty Light. And which I agree because the second you like when you're drinking Natty Light in college,
Is it ever cool though?
it's a thing. And then the
Yeah.
second you leave, if you're still drinking Natty Light, you're homeless.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like there's
Yeah.
like no in between there. So again, Jungle Juice, Ultimate Frisbee, Kegs and Eggs, Whippets, going out really late, keg stands, drinking Natty Light. A lot of people also submitted gay stuff. Like they said specifically just like doing gay stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
A lot of them said it. And I
Like,
dude,
homoerotic teasing was
Yeah,
a big part
yeah.
of college
no, that's
culture.
always cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of friends that liked showing dicks and balls, and I think like, yeah,
What was my college experience? Wasn't like this.
no, none of this. So going through those options, let's start with you, KB. Which one do you think should go against our 1 seed?
A keg stand is like again a rite of passage, a necessity to do in college. If you're like 30 and like your shirt, you can see your belly popping out. You have like a 20-year-old trying to hold your fucking ankle,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's pathetic.
Should never have your belly exposed after a certain age. Cheah?
I'm gonna vote for Jungle Juice, just because it's made like typically in like a recycling can or like some type of enormous container that typically will contain some type of garbage. So I don't think that really flies post college. There was a time my freshman year where I went to a frat party and they had jungle juice and were synonymous with making very strong jungle juice. And I was overheard by one of the brothers in the frat talking about how weak the jungle juice was. And I think this was one of the very few times that I did get into a fight. He was like, all right, well, if you think it's so weak, if you drink 3 right now, I'll give you your money back to get in, you and your friends. And so at that time, I think I would have gotten like $20 back. But at that time, that was a lot of money. So I was like, no problem. So I chugged 3 jungle juices. And within 5 minutes, I think I blacked out. But I was promptly kicked out of the house because I was going after this guy with every fiber of my being and had to be held back by maybe half a dozen people. But it was fun. I ended up blacked out outside of Popeyes with red throw up all over my clothes.
I know that Popeyes.
Yeah, the Hofstra Popeye?
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, you do.
And again, this is in Hempstead, the AIDS capital of Long Island. Rudy.
I'm sorry. Can you go through them again?
Jungle Juice, Ultimate Frisbee, Kegs and Eggs, Whippets. It's going out really late. I think, should we say starting to go out really? Like, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean? Yeah.
Whatever.
Keg stands, drinking Natty Light, and then we'll just throw in gay stuff.
I think it's the keg stand. I agree with KB. Fuck the jungle juice though. I mean, even when we did that in college, everyone was aware that this was almost a form of masochism. Like you were getting ready to do something that everyone was going to regret, and it was like borderline dangerous. Like
Devil Spring.
Everyone kind of knew that was like this could go south.
Yeah.
That would be creepy if I showed up to a dude's apartment now and he had jungle.
I would call the FBI.
That's fucking insane.
That might be the answer.
Because the cake stand you can kind of do ironically, I guess, or in a way it's like, oh, we're doing cake stands, like, you know what I mean? But like if you do jungle juice, that's not spur of the moment. A cake stand, if you're an older person, they're like, oh, do a cake stand. You're like, oh, this would be funny, whatever. Jungle juice requires a lot of preparation and intent.
Yeah.
When like mixing the like, proportions.
Right. And it shows a greater problem, which is that you are not comfortable with where you are in life in terms of, oh, I'm going to do jungle juice because I can't fathom the fact that I'm getting old. So yeah, for me, jungle
That's a
juice.
good answer.
For me, jungle juice is such a red flag.
I like it. That's a great breakdown by all three of you.
Now that I'm thinking about it, is sangria just like adult jungle juice?
I mean, it's the same color and consistency, but the content is so wildly different.
Yeah, I mean, like the alcohol percentage alone is.
With sangria.
If you're pouring like Hawaiian punch, with a grown man and like mixing it all and like.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of makes me want to do a jungle juice a little bit, but
I'm not gonna lie. We brought it up this
makes
weekend.
me want to drink.
Yeah. So right now we're 2 for jungle juice, 1 for keg stands. Pat,
I'm gonna go keg stand.
another one for keg
Yeah,
stand. Did
I
you do
think
one when you were
just-
at the Pikes with Glennie and Za?
No, but I actually just texted every single person in the group when we were at the UF Pikes. Za was requested to slap someone after they did a keg stand. So that was...
Again,
Well,
that
that's
would be the
just
greatest
what it is.
college party.
Oh, that's a dunkaroo.
Yeah, what is that?
That's a dunkaroo. Yeah, that's a
dunkaroo?
dunkaroo.
Oh,
So you put your head in ice water,
yeah.
get up, before you go 10 seconds in ice water, you slap in the face and you shotgun a beer.
Yeah, they were like going around being like, who's next? Who's next? And I actually had to turn and walk away because it was just so mortifying. I couldn't see doing that as an adult. I'd rather have I'd rather have jungle juice I'm all legs too. I would have just been
Yeah, you would,
like,
Dude,
logistically, you'd be difficult.
being
Yeah.
33 and waiting in line to do
yeah, it was
No,
bad.
the waiting in line is brutal.
waiting in line to get slapped.
And like some of the guys were starting to like hype me up too. I was like, oh god. They're like, come on, man, you're going. You got to do one. You've never done a Dunkaroo.
Dude, this
I'm like,
Dunkaroo
dude,
line's taking
I did one. I did one like
Sucks.
I did
Yeah.
a Dunkaroo like last month.
Yeah,
You did
that's
one.
I told my little cousins what it was, and they're like, "Well, you gotta go."
Oh my god. 2 for
Did
keg
you
stands.
ever gargoyle?
Yeah, yeah.
gargoyle.
Yeah.
That should have
Yeah.
been on there. That's just
What's gargoyle?
That's
when
not
you
as bad as keg
stand
stand
on
though.
the yeah. You stand on the keg.
Oh, and then
Like
just
a gargoyle.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it does for
And you gotta
nothing.
move like a gargoyle. That shit was, I still
Yeah.
fuck with gargoyle. That shit's so funny to me.
2 for jungle juice, 2 for keg stands. Tommy.
I've gone back and forth. Originally, I was kegs. Then I got convinced to jungle juice. But I'm trying to think like now. If somebody said, "Oh, come over, I got a keg," it'd be like that's weird. But it'd be less weird than if they said, "Come over, I got jungle juice."
Yeah, jungle juice is like a hang. You should just think hangover when you.
So I get and jungle juice. I think both. I think jungle juice and kegs are similarly cool in college. Probably. Ish.
Yeah.
Keg
I'd
might be a
rather
little
jungle
cooler.
juice in college.
It's definitely like a.
But like,
different type
oh,
of
they got a
party.
keg. Like you'd be, oh, they got a fucking keg. That's sick.
Yeah.
Dude, how much for a cup?
yeah.
$5. Oh fuck.
I'll go with the jungle juice. This is a tough one though.
Jungle juice 3, keg stands 2.
Yeah, mine is. If you asked me in 5 years, what am I more likely to do? I could definitely see myself doing a keg stand because I'd be like drunk at a party, being like, "Fuck it, I'm washed up. I'm a loser." Jungle juice requires a sober decision. Like someone soberly has to
Yeah.
be like, "We're gonna make jungle juice tonight." Nobody at like 1 a.m. is like, "Let's make jungle juice." So I'm
That is
going
very
jungle.
funny.
Yeah.
So
A 1 a.m. sober up jungle juice.
Yeah.
So jungle juice is going to go up against the number 1 seed in this one, which is blacking out. And specifically, this is and Nick had submitted this. He specifically said blacking out on a $2 pitcher, which I would agree with, like the very cheap, shitty pitcher beer from like whatever your crappy college bar. So blacking out versus jungle juice, Doogs. You're thinking? You think blacking out's cool?
I'm going jungle juice. I could see again. I think that comes down to like, could I see myself trying to like get blacked out off like just like nickel and dimes like at the end of a paycheck? Like, it could happen. Jungle juice will never happen in my life again.
Jungle
That
juice
is
done.
the least cool thing I could ever imagine right now.
That sentence you just said, getting blacked out at the end of a paycheck,
What does that
is
mean?
the reason why you're perfect for this show.
Yeah, like you're it's the 30th. You don't get paid till the 31st. You need to just get $2 pitchers. Sure,
need
I'll
it,
I'll
yeah.
buy. Like I could. Times are tough. Times are tough. I could.
Thanks, Joe
that is
Biden.
way more plausible than jungle juice in my life.
So 1 for jungle juice, Tommy.
It's tough. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of lumping in blacking out with just like drinking a lot in general. Like in college, whoever could drink a lot was cool. The older you get, the sad, or it's like, oh, that guy drinks a lot. It's like that guy drinks a lot. Like it becomes a concern.
That guy's with the kappas. The fuck?
Yeah. Jungle juice though, like I never really thought blacking out was cool. I go with jungle juice. It's tough.
2 for jungle juice, Pat.
What are we doing again? It's what's
Jungle
less
juice
cool.
versus which one of these things would be
It's a
less cool the
greater
minute you
disparity.
graduate? Yeah.
Less.
Think about like the second you graduate college. Which one of these things is like less cool if you were to hear about it? Basically.
I think probably blacking out is less cool because jungle juice, it's kind of like nostalgic, like funny, like, haha, yeah, I'll have a little jungle juice. You don't have to get that drunk. But if someone is, like Tommy said, the farther out you get, the less cool it is to black out. Like if I can't even remember the last time I've blacked out.
No.
It's been forever.
What was the difference between blackout and brownout?
Brown out, you kind of remember.
Okay, I thought it was like you poop your pants.
Yeah, I mean, I used to get like maybe like the couple years after college, you drink and get like really drunk.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, for sure, that's what my answer is.
3-2 right now. Jungle juice to blacking out. Rudy.
This is a very serious
I
answer.
think it's jungle juice. I think that to me is just so crazy. Like that to me is just nuts. I think blacking out after college is more so something that just happens to you.
Yeah.
Like you're going drinking and then all of a sudden you just been like, you're like, dude, I don't know what happened. I blacked out. And it's sort of like, yeah, that people black out. People black out occasionally. Like, well, I'll probably run into maybe 1 or 2 the rest of my life. But the jungle juice thing to me is just something that is so singular to college. And then afterwards is just such a no-go. Even in college, it's a rarity because people know that it's just crazy. There's no control. Like, you don't know who made it. It's synonymous with being roofied. Like, everything about it is fucking insane. So that to me it's that. Like, blacking out, it can happen.
So 3 for Jungle Juice, 1 for blacking out. Cheah?
I can't stress enough how Jungle Juice is made typically in a garbage can. Like, we're not,
And they stir it with their forearm.
Yeah.
That's fucking gross.
Oh my god, that ad! I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
that's
come on down to
insane. So it's got to be Jungle Juice.
it's the equivalent of slop for like a pigsty. Like it's made on an industrial level.
it's a trough. They're making it.
It's
in
literally,
a
it
trough.
is a trough, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember the last time I saw it made, it was in like a big like plastic container with like rope handles. That was
Yeah.
like for beach toys. And like,
And then the guy who's stirring it, people always come up and are like, "Oh," and he's like, "The alcohol will kill the germs." And then you just dump your cup in.
It was a risk every time you dipped your hand into that garbage can.
Oh, yeah.
You knew you had no idea what was
That's
in
so
there.
fucking dangerous.
One cup could get you blacked out.
KB?
Yeah, blacking out happens. It's not cool, but it does happen. I'm just picturing like going to a high-rise apartment. Some dude with a fiance is mixing Kool-Aid packets in 99 bananas. It's not only uncool, it's filthy and it's
poor.
creepy.
You would think like roofing someone in Jungle Juice is kind of a crazy decision because you don't know who you're roofing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna roof,
You're
at
roofing
least
a
have
room?
a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just roofing the world.
What was that drink, Malibu? They would always put in it, right?
Malibu
the coconut.
Malibu rum's delicious.
Oh, it's delicious,
Yeah.
but that's the one they would always dump in that too. So Jungle Juice is gonna move on. Before we get to this second half of the bracket, let's talk about ZocDoc. Again, we always talk. I fucking love ZocDoc.
It's one of my most used apps.
Yeah, it's definitely into my top ones too. So there's certain times in life when fit really matters, like when you're picking out sneakers for marathon training, when you're switching a new brand of boxer briefs, or when you're pulling the trigger on buying an engagement ring. That's a very pointed ad. And also fit matters when you're trying to find the right doctor. ZocDoc is the free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right ones for your needs, and click and instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental to dental to eye care to skin care and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 74 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. We love ZocDoc. Again, me and Tommy have been users forever. Use them all the time, way before they were ever an advertiser. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/lights and find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/lights, ZocDoc.com/lights. Thanks to ZocDoc. All right, other half, we have the 6 versus the 11 seed. The 6 seed, I love this one. Living with as many of your boys as possible, from Tommy.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Living
Still.
with a lot of dudes is, I want to go back to it so bad, but you
I
can't.
know, but yeah, like in college, if you're living with all of your friends, it's awesome. If you're 30 and you still have a friend living with you,
Yeah.
people start to ask questions.
And that's going up against the number 11 seed, which is sneaking alcohol into places. Like into events, into.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not that bad. I
You think it's
that's
cool?
fine.
I don't know if it's cool. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, it's more just like, what are you, poor?
It's
Yeah.
not, which kind of makes it not cool.
Yeah.
So living with as many of your boys as possible versus sneaking alcohol into functions, starting with UKB.
It's definitely living with a bunch of your boys. A bunch. Yeah, it's that. I mean, see, that's kind of embarrassing, but I've done it.
Living
Little
with
flask.
living with 5 guys though, like in an
No.
apartment is.
Yeah, it was very cool in college. Like the more the cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of how many we had in mine. I think we legit had like 9 people in a house.
It's awesome.
God.
It's insane. So 1 for the boys. Cheah?
It's got to be the boys. Sneaking alcohol is, I think, almost, I don't want to say cooler, but like there are times where it is very cool. Like if you go to like a festival, if you like bury stuff in the grounds or stuff like that.
What?
And I know
Wait, back
plenty
up. Wait. What do you mean by that?
If you go to like a music festival and go early and like bury stuff in the grounds or like
What?
People do that?
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
heard
yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
I know it happens at Lala.
yeah, or like sneak stuff in and with
That's
like a
brilliant.
That's
water
so
bottle, like,
fucking
was
smart. Jesus.
Yeah. And I know adults like my age with kids who just like sneak booze, like, you know, walking around like trick or treating, like drinking a Jack and Coke or something like that, or a gin and tonic. So I think that sneak and booze is like kind of cool.
So I don't think that necessarily counts like putting a brown paper bag on whatever. I mean more like you're going to like a bar and you sneak in a flask.
Oh,
You're
that
going
is trash.
You're going to an event like a concert
Yeah.
and you don't want to pay for the alcohol, so you sneak in like boxed wine or whatever bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're going to enter the Spider-Verse.
right.
I think most of the reason you sneak in college is because you might not be old enough.
And that plus money,
Yeah.
it's a combination thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still think the festival thing plays. So post college. So I'm gonna say living with a bunch of dudes.
Living with a bunch of dudes, Rudy.
It's no question living with a bunch of dudes. It's one thing to be out of college, a little bit older, with a roommate for like financial reasons or whatever. That's chill. But having a crew greater than 3 or 4, that's once again a decision where you're like, no, I'm with my boys. That's fucking crazy.
Were you in that house with Sass and them?
Yeah.
How many people was it? How many guys was in that
That was
house?
only
That was just 3.
Who
That
was
just
it?
3? Okay, I thought it was
Me,
like 4.
Sass, and Owen.
You,
That was
Sass, and-
crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
We were talking about that the other day. Like, we were 23 years old and Sass was 18. Like, we
Yeah.
had a freshman year roommate.
Yeah, and you had
As a 5th year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
remember when I went to your guys' apartment once? You guys had that rickety ass staircase.
Yep.
That thing thought it was gonna fall apart. Like,
And that was like right after I graduated college, where like I was still doing everything I was doing in college, just
Yeah.
1 year out, and going up that staircase was a battle every night.
There used to be an O'Day, Chuck Nasso,
That's
and
right.
That's
Kyle.
awesome.
Kyle Mackey house.
oh,
That's
Mac,
awesome.
Quigs. But the Quigs and Nace and Chuck definitely lived together. I think at one point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
KB lived with Chuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So 3 for living with the boys right now. Pat.
Also, the thing about the sneaking alcohol, it's crazy how much the flask changes things. Because I think of sneaking alcohol in is that back in the day you'd put it in like a water bottle or whatever, just like a Dasani bottle, and that's trash. But you're young and poor, who gives a shit? But then like all of a sudden you put it in a flask and you're just a distinguished gentleman, and it's like you're a cool kind of alcoholic. It makes me think of Mad Men.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing.
I
Weird.
totally agree. Pat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with living with your boys. Can't do that.
No
after
more.
School. Nope. You got like a maybe 2-3 year window, and then, or maybe more.
Maybe more.
I mean, I lived with one friend. I
That's
was living
fine.
with the boys, you know.
Yeah, one
was
friend is
expensive.
different, and then if you're on different schedules, you're not like in
Yeah.
each other's business.
But I'm seeing the end of the
I
road.
Yeah.
I met Tommy's roommate when they were looking for apartments. Great guy, very nice guy. They look like the most euphoric, happy gay couple you've
Yeah,
ever seen.
it's a concern where like if we're
Well, those
walking
don't exist,
if we're
so.
like getting like just like maybe just the 2 of us getting a dinner or drink, I'll be like, do you think everyone here thinks that we're good?
We're going back to
they?
our apartment.
Yeah.
Is he hot, Rudy?
Yeah, he's a handsome guy. It looks like I met them for dinner, and it looked like when I was walking up to them that they were a gay couple about to tell me that they've decided to adopt.
Is this Seraphim?
No,
Famous?
no.
Damn.
Yeah, I gotta go living with the boys. I mean, it also like not only is it cool in college, think about how uncool it is in college to not live with the boys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
imagine not
Yeah,
having any
living
friends you live
alone
with in
through-
college.
yeah.
Like that's as uncool.
That's
as,
a red flag.
Yeah, living alone.
Yeah.
Like there was always usually one on the floor that lived alone. It was like the most uncool thing.
Living with like in a single, you're a freak.
Yep.
Right. If you're 30, 31, it's it's not even just cool, it's just expected. So I
Exactly.
think the inverse on both sides there is going to be tough to beat.
I actually think it was less cool to sneak alcohol in college than it is after college.
Really?
Like, yeah, exactly what Rudy said. Like, with the flask, once you get that flask, you can put anything in there, and it's looks like you're a refined man. And now I heard, like, somebody just came up to me, like, 2 months ago and was like, yeah, like, I live in New York City. It's like, oh, how many roommates do you have? He's like, 7? I scoffed at him. Seven roommates in New York City.
Getting scoffed at by Doogs, I'd kill myself.
Yeah, I was like,
So
are
fast.
you in an
Bro,
NYU?
you gotta grow up.
I was like, are you an NYU fraternity? Like, there's
Yeah.
no reason to live with that. Like,
How do you even find an apartment that big in New York
I
City
have
for
no
7
clue.
people?
how do you have
I'm not
7
gonna
people
lie
that
to you.
like you?
It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Like I
it
would love
sounds
to still live with the boys.
Pay like
but-
$600 a month
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the city.
Part of the greatest thing about college, though, is that like you know that'll never happen again. That you're under the same roof as all your friends. So when you carry that when you're 26 in New York City, it's like, I'm telling you, grow up.
Yeah.
But think about it, like when you do like a summer, like if you do like a short, like a trip or whatever, you think you get like a shore house, whatever bullshit. Dude.
Oh, does that count?
No, but that's fun. You know what I mean? Like that is
Yeah.
a blast. But if you did that on a permanent basis, people would think you're insane.
Because I was gonna say share houses are awesome.
I think Lenny tried to do this, right? If I'm correct, like
He looked into buying a house
In Long Beach with his
him and
boys.
his boys were gonna buy a
Buying with the
house.
boys.
Yeah, they're gonna buy a house together and all live together, that would
It's
be
like
very
normal
funny.
though, in Long Beach.
Yeah, but like not at a certain age.
No, they weren't gonna like. We weren't gonna timeshare it. It was they're all going to live in the house together.
Buy
ball-
a
Full-time
Yeah.
boys.
Yeah,
All right, that's awesome.
The Balls Bungalow.
Yeah.
yeah. So the boys one's gonna move on. Now we have the 3 seed versus the 14 seed. Mentioned a minute ago. Just being broke. Being broke was cool in college. Not cool the second you leave college. And that's going up against number 14 seed. I think the element of this can kind of change depending on the generation, but I think for at least most of us here, being able to sing all of the lyrics to Colt 45 or any other Afro Man song.
Dude,
I would still be pretty impressed by that.
Oh, if
I can still rip that.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
It's not imaginative if you can. We all can. It's just would you?
doing that.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh.
I was gonna submit. I forgot, but almost similar note is like making like DJ mixes.
yeah.
Pretty cool
Yeah.
in college. Like unless you're John Summit, not as cool when you're an adult.
I can hear the beat for Colt 45, like doon, 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 doon. I just sense it. You know what I mean? So if you're younger, it probably doesn't register for you.
No, it does.
It does. Colt
Yeah, I knew
45,
every single
Afro
word.
Man.
Yeah.
So just trying to think of who else. Yeah. David, what's the song for college?
Right now it's Gallus.
Gialas?
Gallus. But it's like
What the fuck is
I
Gallus?
don't even think your mic is on. Yeah.
we're in like different niches. So like Gallus for me is like what you guys are like Colt 45.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think it just might have changed between generation to generation. But being able to rap all the lyrics, I think like the monster or whatever lyric from what was it, the Eminem song, or the Nicki Minaj song, be able to.
Oh, I see. My bad. I see what you mean now. Any Yee song or any Ian song. Ian's like pretty.
Who the fuck?
I didn't
are
know who
these
those people
No,
are.
I know
Yeah.
him. Ian and
I'm
Dior.
familiar. Yeah.
Oh, Ian.
Like,
Not Ian Dior.
No, not Ian Dior.
Oh my
Ian.
God, you just got stung, dude. That
I
was
thought you meant like
bad.
mood.
That was bad.
Why you always in the mood?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, I know that song.
So being able to sing all the lyrics to Colt 45 versus being broke, which was less cool once you leave college. Starting with you, let's do KB.
Okay. But being broke isn't necessarily it's uncool, but it's it happens. Being broke in college was cool though.
It was
It
cooler
was like
than
a
having
badge
money.
of honor, like
Yeah.
to like the hustle and steal and
No stress because you
Your
just had no
parents
money.
give you money. Like that was like, oh.
If your like roommates brought you and your roommate to dinner, it's like you'd never eaten in your lives.
Oh yeah. If someone's parents came to town and took everyone out to eat,
Yeah.
I used to beg my mom to transfer me $40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably twice a month, like for food, and I would just immediately go buy an eighth of weed with it. And then have no money left over. But it was the least amount of stress I've ever had in my life. Because when you don't have money, it's like you're just poor. You just exist as a poor person.
Yeah.
Very uncool after college, though.
KB.
yeah, it was like the badge of honor to see how much you could mooch while going out with nothing. But if I heard like you, Kenjac, like screaming, "Smoke that tumbleweed!" Oh man, it's Colt 45 singing that in public.
Okay, do it. So singing Colt 45. Jay?
Yeah, I feel like the defined line for me is the being broke in college is everyone's in it, so you're all in it together. So it's not like some person has like a ton of money and some people have negative. It's like everyone has no money unless they are getting stuff from home, which is pretty rare, I feel. So once you get out of college, if people want to like go on a vacation or stuff like that and you can't participate, that sucks a lot. Or like you can't even like go out because you have no money. That is the worst. Like I went through a brief period where I was unemployed at like 23 and it was the worst. I couldn't do anything. So I think being broke.
Being broke. 1-1 right now, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, being broke is. There's a lot of reasons why. I mean, you could go into a field that just doesn't make any money, but whatever. But we sang Afro Man in high school, and then once I got to college, I found that to be disturbing if you sang that in college. And then in college, when I was there, the big one was the Jordan Belfort song.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I
Jordan
fucking hated it.
Belfort, that one.
That shit sucked. It just sucked. And so yeah, the Afro Man, I put that in the same category as Jungle Juice. I mean, it's just so fucking lame. I can't even imagine. That's crazy. Yeah.
So 1 for the Afro Man, you're saying?
Oh yeah.
So 2-1 right now in favor of Afro Man.
Oh God, I think like Rudy said, there's a lot of different circumstances that can lead to being broke. And it's like it is, like everyone's in the same boat in college, but I think if I were freshly out of college or even still towards the end of college and that song came on and someone started singing it, I would be like, what the fuck kind of loser is this? But in my head, I'd be singing the song too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, naturally.
yeah, that's definitely it, singing the song.
Another one for Afro Man.
I think. I mean, yeah, circumstances. People go broke. It's not like you blame them,
And you can't make fun of someone.
right?
for
But
being
if they
broke.
were, but imagine they were bragging about. Imagine they're like,
Yeah.
imagine you're like 25, like I'm so fucking broke, dude. Like it's fucking awesome. Like
I got no money, man. Fuck.
You guys got to buy me a drink. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking broke. Like that's not cool at all. I don't know. Rapping could
he's
rapping's
Rap Tommy.
impressive.
You just debuted a rap song.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's my
he's
own
a
original.
rapper
It's
now,
so
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Rapping's will always be cool. I'm always being broke. Like, yeah, it's not inherently like, oh, you're a loser if you're broke, obviously, but to like act like it's cool would be bizarre. So I'm going with being broke.
Being broke, Doogs.
I was so good at being broke that like I'd have no problem going back. I was just elite at it. And also, I just think that like being broke's not a look at me move. If somebody starts rapping Colt 45 in your
Fair.
face, everybody
Yeah.
knows the lyrics, but if they're like
Yeah.
doing it so intensely in your face, they want you to know that they know every single lyric. And if you sing it, you better know every fucking word. I will check you on that.
Also, I just want to add one thing. Being broke is cool if you're in a tropical location.
Wait,
Like if you're
is it
like
in a
any
bungalow?
age, if you're like, I'm just living in the Caribbean,
yeah.
man. And I'm
Yeah.
broke. That's cool.
I said I was in San Diego last week and I saw a guy that was 45 years old living out of a van, and I was like, that looks awesome. I don't
Hey,
know.
that kind of
I don't know
play.
why
Yeah.
it fit. Like he was next to a beach, had a surfboard, was sleeping in his car, and I was like, for some reason, this seems like a vibe.
Had a
But you knew that
surfboard,
he
had
couldn't eat.
black tar heroin coursing through his veins.
The meth is like coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
So Colt 45 is going to move on. Now we have the 7 seed versus the 10 seed. The 7 seed is stealing road signs and cones. Very cool in college. Not
I should do that.
cool
On, I should do that on the way home.
Yeah. On the way home from the bar, someone just rips a stop sign out of the ground, and you're like, you're the coolest guy alive. You do that now, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with
You
you?
go to someone's apartment. Where'd you get that? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Just showed up here.
Going up against number 10 seed, getting kicked out of a bar. That I
Ooh,
would-
that's a good.
Oh,
These are
man.
both good.
Yeah, these are both very good. It's a very good matchup. So stealing signs out of the ground and construction cones too. So the person noted versus getting kicked out of a bar. Doogs.
I mean, off personal experience, I'm gonna have to say it's stealing a road sign.
What'd you
Because
steal?
you still get kicked out of bar.
I think that getting kicked out of a bar is not always everyone's decision. It's not just because you're like being an asshole.
Well, is it
in the
cool?
bar.
More is the question.
It's not. Both things are lame. That's why we're in like the
Yeah.
lame draft. But I'm going off of if one of my friends got kicked out of the bar, I'd be like, all right, like, what were you doing in the bathroom? Like, what were you, like? Some decision got you kicked out of the bar. If he came to my apartment,
What goes on in the bathroom?
coke. Like, if a guy got kicked out for doing coke in the bathroom, I wouldn't like judge him. But if he brought home a street sign to the apartment, I'd be like, dude, go to rehab.
I was just thinking drunk, being kicked out for being drunk.
yeah, well, like or for some
Yeah.
fighting, whatever, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
So
I was just thinking of all the things that could get you kicked out of the bar. If somebody,
Do people
Came
get
back-
kicked out of bars for coke in college?
Probably.
Is that a
I
thing?
think I'd seen that. Mostly
get
fighting.
I feel like
Bells.
most people are just like hammered and getting kicked out of bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stand fighting all that.
still, it's
Same
a street
thing,
sign.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
street sign. If somebody came to the apartment with a street sign, I'd be like, go get
Construction
help.
code.
Go get help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are here. We are here for you. This is the first step.
One for stealing the signs.
This is hard. Because, yeah, if you're getting kicked out of a bar for being too drunk at 30, that's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
Get it together. But, yeah, if you're stealing a street sign in college, oh, you're a drunk kid. If you're stealing a street sign now, you're a criminal.
Yeah.
Like, you're a menace to society. I'll go with the street sign one.
Another
That's
one for
tough,
street
though.
sign. It makes me.
I
like-
really can't. If my friend got kicked out of the bar for being too drunk, or he just stole the sign, I'd still think that the worst look is stealing
Yeah,
the sign.
I agree.
Yeah.
Pat?
I think street sign for sure.
Street
I
sign.
think people get kicked out of bars. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
like street sign is a decision you make.
I had a friend bring home a bumper from a car accident that I got knocked off the car, and the person had to leave it in the
Oh,
street, so he
God.
brought home the whole bumper and hung it up in his dorm room. That was a wild one. Rudy?
I'm gonna sound kind of lame here, but I one of my biggest pet peeves is people who like steal street signs when they're drunk. I fucking hate that. I don't know why. It just bothers me so much. You're just inconveniencing like
Municipal
everybody.
Rudy, I like it.
It's just so fucking stupid. And then you hang it up and then you're like, dude, look at my yield sign. It's like, am I supposed to be impressed by that?
It's a
like, what the
conversation
fuck?
starter.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Is like I don't know if I thought it was cool in college either.
Okay.
I hate that.
It's a look
I
at me
hate people
move.
that get drunk and turn into kleptos. It bothers me so much. But so yeah, I've always hated that. And then yeah, getting kicked out of bars lame. But that bothers me so much.
Stealing the signs. Jay?
Some poor fuck has to like go and replace a sign that just like that's just so dumb.
I agree.
So dumb.
Jay?
I don't think getting kicked out of a bar, even when you're in college, is a cool move. Like, if you're going to a bar, presumably with some people, and you get kicked out, it's like a lot of times some of your friends have to leave too, which sucks. So yeah, the street signs thing is because everybody knows people that had street signs in their dorm room or house in college, but yeah, post college, that is a weird move.
Yep.
I feel like you have a good getting kicked out of a bar story.
I've been kicked out of some bars, yeah.
For what? For not the fighting ones.
No, not. I mean, I don't do any like drugs, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be.
I got kicked out of the only time in college I got kicked out of a bar, I wasn't doing anything. I was eating peanuts. And I think I was eating them. I must have been eating them crazy.
Shells, putting the shells on the floor.
How
was one of
can you
those
eat
bars-
peanuts so crazy that it?
I don't know. I still can't figure it out. Like I was eating. It was one,
Maybe someone
it was
had
one
a
of those-
peanut allergy around
Yeah.
you.
No, it was one of those bars where there's just peanuts everywhere that you can like throw the shells on the floor and everything, and there were free peanuts, and I was fucked up, but I was eating them, and he's like, "You just gotta go," and I still am
Jesus
trying to figure out
Christ.
like
You've
in
hit your
what way I
peanut
was eating.
allotment.
Yeah.
I don't, but I still cannot figure out what I was doing to those peanuts that warranted kicking me out of the bar.
Can't bring this guy to a
Crazy.
Five Guys.
I
KB?
tried to dap up a security guard like 2 years ago in the Jersey Shore, and I got kicked out.
remember that.
He told me to stop vaping. I said, "Got you." I was like, "My bad." Went to dap him up. He goes, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like, "What?"
I'm on his
You
side.
deserve that.
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish I saw that. So
I got you, broski.
I got you, dude. And just getting
No worries, bro, hon.
Stealing signs can move on, but KB.
Yeah. Being 30 and getting told to leave a bar, very embarrassing, but that's one thing. But if you get actually kicked out, like if you get dragged or lifted and carried out, that is the worst possible
But
thing
in
that could
college,
happen.
That's
people are
funny.
like cheering for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Getting physically removed
Getting
from his face.
handled. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
like
Yeah.
Remember that one?
like a Miles Garrett-sized dude picking you up in front of a bunch of people and tossing you out.
Do you remember that one?
But yeah.
It went super viral a while ago. There was a very tiny dude. He kept trying to like get in this place. And the bouncer
Yes.
kept telling him to stop. And the bouncer just like he did that. He picked him up as if he was like a toddler and like removed him and placed him outside. And it was so embarrassing. I wonder if I found that video somewhere. But you're going with stealing signs as well.
If you steal a road sign, that's almost like so disturbing that it's not even uncool. It's just freaky. But it is stealing signs. You can't do that.
Stealing
One of my
signs.
roommates, junior year, stole a tombstone.
What?
Picked up
He's
a
going to
tombstone.
hell.
He's
Yeah,
going.
that's-
And I was
depraved.
like, yeah.
That's like
that
next
was
level
that was
He's going
the,
to hell.
that was the day I decided stealing anything was not cool.
Stealing a That's like I think one of the top most disrespectful things you could ever do.
We were like, you're gonna be cursed for the rest of your
That's
life.
insane.
That
stealing.
should be jail for life.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He brought it back.
Do you remember the name of the person?
Oh yeah.
No, that was on the tombstone.
On the tombstone.
Oh no. No. But they were buried at like the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
It was that I don't know how to explain
Where
it.
is this
It was
going?
that it was that cemetery. So when he came back, I was like, oh shit, is that the Wright brothers one? Because that's
Oh, okay.
somehow kind of cool. But it just
Oh, that
wasn't.
would be awesome.
Yeah,
You stole the Wright brothers tombstone.
Somehow it was. It could have been really cool, but it ended up being very lame.
That's like a national treasure plot. line.
Holy
Coming back with Orville on your shoulder.
Thursday nights we're going back to get the other one. The signs are going to move on. Going now, we have the number 2 seed. Last matchup on this side, the 2 seed versus the 15 seed. The 2 seed is having a disgustingly vile home, just having a disgusting
Yeah.
living situation, absolutely vile, gross. Going up against the number of 15 seed, Everclear, which I thought was a very good submission. Everclear is one where I don't think I touched that the second I left college. But in college, everyone was like, oh, we want to make like apple pie moonshine or whatever bullshit. So Everclear as 15 going up against number 2, Juggernaut, in my opinion, just having a disgusting living situation. Starting with you, KB.
So Everclear versus.
Just a disgusting living situation.
Oh, it's a disgusting home.
Yeah.
Everclear, that's more. I feel like you're in a grown man. You're just an alcoholic, which isn't necessarily too
As long as you're getting up in front of Luke Combs and Twister's cast, and it's cool. But you're going with a vile home, Cheah.
Oh yeah, vile home, sticky, dirty.
Smells so
Sink
bad.
is clogged.
Laundry
Dishes everywhere.
Vile home,
Clogged
yeah.
sink.
The dishes just like stacked up, like the aforementioned like liquor bottles everywhere. That's so gross. Everybody knows like that sound of the floors. That's like so sticky, and you
The
can
piss floor.
It's like a movie
Yeah.
theater.
Just the smell of like old beer that's been like
Yeah.
on the ground. That's the worst. So that in college plays because everyone's like, this party, this house like gets after it. After college, when people like have jobs, that is the furthest thing from cool.
2 for the vile homes. Rudy?
Yeah, the vile homes. I'm just thinking back to some of the ones I saw. It's just so bad. Like even the light that would come into the house seemed dirty. Like it was fucked up just from being in there. And you'd go outside because the ecosystem is more orderly than the inside of that fucking house. I hate that.
There's like that stale beer combined with fart smell that I could still kind of remember.
And the sink was always ground zero.
Yeah,
the
a
house of
clogged
horrors.
sink with like paper
Yeah.
towels, wet paper towels up against
yeah.
the
Oh,
fucking thing.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just, oh my God. I don't even remember what it was up against, but it's got to be. The Everclear, yeah. I mean, I could see like an older dude being like, I don't fucking know. Yeah, the house is crazy.
The house, Pat?
yeah. I mean, when Joey and I were at Mizzou Parents Week in February, we went
You do this more than like Storm Chasers, dude. This is crazy.
for a live show. We ended up going back to a house, and it was
man.
so fucking disgusting. It was like shocking. It reminded me of how these people live. It's not even a competition. It's the dirty house over Everclear.
The dirty house over Everclear, Tommy?
Yeah, dirty. I mean, I don't know if I ever thought the dirty house in college was cool, but it was at least acceptable.
Sure.
And there is the aspect, like Cheah said, where I guess the dirtier, the more you party, and
Yeah.
partying was cool. Yeah, I mean, you like having a dirty apartment out of college is just ratchet.
Yep.
Disgusting.
Dukes?
Yeah, I lived in some pretty disgusting houses in college and post college. Me, Sass, and Owen, just like I'm no one person. It was gross, and it was one of the most embarrassing things of my life. And like just like bringing someone over and being like, "Yeah, this is where I live." Like,
We're gonna get to we'll get to it. It's chill. Just don't use the bathroom.
yeah,
Your
like,
guy's bathroom was disgusting, dude.
Right.
I walked in there. It was like skid marks galore.
and it was the
Ah,
most.
gross.
It's the second one. That was
Yeah.
hilarious. That's actually funny because you had to shit sideways because your knees were touched. You had to shit like the other way. So it was skid marks galore, but that was
wrong way?
that was
Yeah.
nobody's fault.
The holes didn't line up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even its own submission, just having to adjust how you use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, in
in
any
college,
way.
kind of cool. Like, oh
Right.
yeah, you got to
Yeah,
pee in this
yeah.
sink. Now imagine going somewhere, you got to pee in the
We had-
sink, dude.
I think in our first apartment, it just became the point that like there was no past returning. Like we knew we were gonna move out, and we didn't have like a trash can. Like Sass and Owen lived downstairs, and we just had a trash pile.
Oh, this is after college.
It was
Yeah.
gross.
Oh yeah.
A
not that
pile,
long ago.
pile of trash. in the
Trash corner. The trash corner. The trash corner.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So the Vile Home is going to move on. Before we get into our playoffs, let's hear from our last advertiser. They have Body Armor. You see Body Armor right in front of you on the video. Every time you watch a Barstool video, you're probably going to see Body Armor somewhere. I'm pretty sure there's someone in the Chicago room right now you can find somewhere. We love Body Armor here at Barstool in general. This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Sports Drink. Real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. Body Armor Sports Drink, it has all your hydration needs covered. Sports Drink, light, zero sugar, flash IV, and of course, sport water. Body Armor, we use again for everything. We did a LARPing video earlier today out in Central Park. A whole bunch of us fighting each other with swords. Body Armor had us all hydrated. I feel like shit after that. And the reason I'm not like dead in the water is because I was very well hydrated thanks to Body Armor. So head on over to the bodyarmorstore.com or Body Armor Store on Amazon and use code 15BarstoolBA to get 15% off your order today. That's a great great deals. Again, go to the Body Armor store on Amazon. Use code 15BarstoolBA for 15% off of your order today.
Can I say something? I just started buying drinks and body armor off of Amazon. It's the greatest thing in the world. Not having to lug your crap home. It just comes with the rest of your groceries. It's the best.
I know. Super, super helpful. Shout out to Body Armor. I love those guys. So first matchup of the playoffs, we have the number 4 seed the number 4 seed, the Liquor Bottle Decor. And again, we're including in this the sort of like flattened beer box, like 30 rack box that like make into wallpaper, going up against the 5 seed Posters, the movie posters, the blacklight posters, like all the flags, all that shit. Let's start with you, Doogs.
Okay, I never thought that the liquor bottles or the beer can wall was cool. Not once. So I'm gonna have to go with posters.
Posters by default.
By default, just because I found posters very cool. I really could become friends with you if I thought your posters were cool.
It says a lot about a man.
It does. It does say a lot. Tommy bought the beer bottle decor or the liquor bottle decor and all that versus the posters.
Ooh, that's tough. I remember like a few years out of college, like I was talking to this girl and she was like, you gotta like get a more adult apartment or something. And like the next day, Spider came home with a Bud Light neon sign. And he was like, we gotta put this in the living room. I was like, we can't put this in our living room. We're 25. So I actually don't even know which one that would categorize. That would go, I guess, more as the...
I think that would go more
It's like a
for
hybrid.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid.
Yeah.
So wait, it's posters versus drinking
It's the posters, flags, and blacklight stuff versus beer bottle decor. So, or like the liquor bottles on top of the cabinet.
I'm gonna go with the posters and shit because I think you have to, as an adult, be super careful about the art, whatever you want to say, you hang in your apartment. And yeah, I mean, it's not cool to have beer bottles. I don't know. You have bar carts. I know it's different because they're full, but
it is tremendously
different.
Yeah.
I still think I would like if you told me I had to put 6 empty bottles in my apartment or I had to hang a fucking Bob Marley poster or something, I think I'd put the beer bottles out. So I'm going with the posters.
I think you could also accidentally like leave an empty bottle out and it not be decor.
Right. That's different too.
Like if you're in the bar cart and you finish a bottle of whiskey and it's just like sitting there.
Or you have a little smidge left.
Right.
Yeah. So 2 for the posters right now, Pat.
This is tough. I do think it's more alarming as an adult if you go over. Some people just have bad taste. Like if you have a poster up, whatever. Some posters are nicer than others. I think there's nothing classy about having a bunch of bottles of like 99 bananas lined up on your fucking, your cabinet, the top of your cabinet. So I'm going liquor bottles for sure.
Liquor bottles, Rudy?
Yeah, this is tough because they're sort of in the same category. I'm trying to think of which one of them is the ultimate deal breaker. And I agree with Pat. Like, some people just have shitty posters. Now, if it's college posters where it's like Bob Marley and shit, really tough. But the liquor bottles is just it's just so cut and dry bad. Because even if you're older and say you have expensive whiskey and you finish it and you display it, that is horrifyingly lame. And if it's shitty, it's still fucking lame. There's no universe where that's doable. Like, I'm picturing bringing a girl over, and if you have shitty posters, you can get through that. But if you have, like, displayed bottles in a row...
It's braggadocious.
It's not even... It's just, like... you can't. I don't know. It's just the worst of the two, I guess. So, yeah, I'll go bottles.
Do you think a girl will be more likely to let you hit if she walks into your apartment and she sees above your cabinets just a row of empty whiskey bottles, or if she walked in your apartment and saw like a Boondock Saints poster?
Whiskey bottles.
Depends what type of whiskey.
Yeah.
Like
drinking is
empty
cool.
whiskey bottles. So I guess let's say it more like age appropriate. So like if you're like in your 30s or whatever, it's like an expensive whiskey brand.
Yeah.
Empty bottles of an expensive whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
over posters any day of the week.
My Odell Patch poster.
Oh, man.
Dude,
this
that's
is
One shows
hard.
that you're an alcoholic. The other looks like you hang out with college kids.
Yeah, but
That's
one of
true.
them is like, there's
What's
an element
worse?
of like, this guy is fun if he has this up there. Yeah, that's true. No, the
I'll
first
say
one's worse
this.
for sure.
I've seen shitty posters for people after college. I've never seen a single person pull the liquor decoration post college.
Agreed.
I've never seen that.
I actually haven't, yeah.
Yep. So we're 2-2 right now, Cheah.
I think posters could almost be acceptable if you got like cheap frames for them. So
Well,
like,
but that's not
the
in
thing.
question here. I don't think.
No.
We're talking Scotch
We're talking
tape,
like
right?
tape or like thumbtack.
The tack
Yeah.
stuff, that
Yeah.
sticky tack shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat dirty used alcohol bottles that like there's dust and germs and everything on them. No, like, it's got to be that.
It's got to be the bottle. It's 3-2 right now. KB?
I feel like from a decor standpoint, the bottles are more aesthetically acceptable than like a bunch of like bikini girl posters and like beer posters. But you got to think of how you got there. Like displaying liquor, I think that's worse.
Displaying liquor is
Poster
worse.
guy is probably has a little personality, is a little bit fun, immature.
But what if
But
they're like
displaying-
weird posters, like video game posters or something?
Halo. Oh, that's
Like a
Meekville's
Halo.
right now. I guarantee you.
Yeah,
Like Meekville has a Halo 3 like promotional poster, like framed
I'd
as
love-
like
I would
like
love
a
to see
sport,
his
like a
room.
Mets poster
I'd
in
love
your
to see
room.
Meekville's
Well,
Oh my god, I would pay hard
He's
cash.
I
definitely
think-
got a race car built.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. He definitely has like a 4-monitor setup.
Yes.
He's still got.
I don't think he
he's
has a
got
TV.
Mets
with VR
pillowcases.
VR porn.
Zero TVs, just 4 monitors.
Yeah, it just. Yeah, the Mets betting for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You know, this is not the roast of Meekville.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, it's not. I'm just saying I want to see his
This
room
is
so bad.
I'm enamored by Meek. He's by far my favorite.
I think I want to do a video soon. I've been talking about doing just a documentary on Meekville. I want
He
to go
is
to his house. I want to see
fascinating.
how he
Please do that.
lives.
That'd be awesome.
Please do that.
Well, I want
I
to
would
go
love
like
that.
where he hangs out with his friends. Like I want to go to his high school.
He drunk texted me on 4th of July and it was the best.
Oh my god!
What'd he say?
He said Happy 4th. And I was like,
Damn.
you too.
How do you
How do
he's
you know
drunk?
that was a
He's-
drunk?
Let me
Okay,
get there.
okay.
He said Happy 4th. I said, you too, Meek. Have a great night. And he goes, I'm fucking hammered right now.
Okay, that's how.
yeah.
Fair enough. Sorry, I doubted you.
Because I was like, why did he text me Happy 4th at 10 o'clock?
So the bottles is going to move on. Now we have Jungle Juice versus chugging beer really fast. Again, parentheses, not including Dana Beers in this
so it's
conversation.
chugging
And
fast
Deutsch.
against what?
Yeah, and sorry, what was the name again? Ronnie Deutsch?
Deutsch.
Jungle
Yeah.
Juice.
Deutsch.
Jungle Juice is just so goddamn lame.
Yeah.
I should never be in a situation where there's Jungle Juice ever again.
One for Jungle Juice, Tommy.
Yeah, it's got to be Jungle Juice. Chugging beers, again, it can be, as much as we like to make fun, it can be cool.
I mean, Glenn Powell just did it with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jungle
does make
Juice
it very cool.
is-
Jumbotron chug.
Yeah.
Dana, it wasn't, having Jungle Juice every day until I have Jungle Juice with Luke Combs.
That would be insane. Holy shit.
That would be so funny.
Make chugging Jungle Juice every day.
Yeah,
Shout out to Stone Cold. Better get ready.
yeah.
2 for Jungle Juice.
Yeah, I gotta go Jungle Juice. There is something funny about like a chug. Like even to this day, like every once in a while I'll be out at a bar with my friends and someone will get 2 drinks. We'll go, one's for chugging, and they don't make like a spectacle out of it, but then they just have to suffer through chugging a drink, which is funny.
Or like beating the harp when you have like Guinness or whatever. splitting the harp, whatever
Exactly.
that bullshit
Yeah,
is,
but Jungle Juice is woof. Good lord.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Rudy?
The more I think about it, the chug is kind of timeless. Like
I agree.
Like if people like if I saw like an old guy being like, "Oh, let's chug," it'd be like, "Oh, that's."
It's
You still
funny.
got a little-
Chugging is
you
fun.
still
No, but
It's
there is
hilarious.
a window where like it's cool in college. Then there's a time period where it's not cool, and then when you're old enough, it becomes.
I can't.
Cool again.
It's not cool when I do it.
But you could still be in
26.
college.
Chugging drinks that aren't supposed to be chugged is funny.
But
Like if you have
Rudy
2 champagnes at a
chugging
wedding
wouldn't
and
be
you chug
cool.
one, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Rudy chugging,
Yeah.
it'd be like,
Yeah.
I think
stop.
26
Like
is
Che is almost there. If like he did like a
Yeah,
single
agreed.
ass chug, I'd be
Yes.
like, oh, nice, Che.
Yeah, there's
I
the
agree.
window.
Me
Yeah.
and Doogs
Ah, the old
cannot
guy still
do
got it.
ironically.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Whereas, yeah, we can't do it ironically, but Smokes, if you were sick at chugging, I would find that amusing.
Oh, that'd be
I
amazing.
kinda
That'd be
agree with
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Chugging and pretending you didn't chug is hilarious.
What do you mean?
Like if you get a drink and you just down it and you put it down without telling
really-
anyone, that's funny.
I think more so than the parentheses Danny Beers. It should be like if you challenge someone to chugging.
You were really into
that would
yeah.
change the
Yeah.
whole way I view this debate.
I'm gonna challenge you after the show.
So 4 for Jungle Juice. Che?
Yeah, Jungle Juice in my mind is unbeatable in terms of it's how fucking bad it is.
Yeah. Again, I'll take the one that's made in a garbage can.
KB?
Dude, the whole process of Jungle Juice, like getting a grocery cart full of
Concentrate.
juices.
It's barbaric.
You don't even need a shopping list because it's just whatever you happen to see.
Even like
It
that.
always
Yeah.
tastes kind of good though, which is weird.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
remember
it's
that
not
fucking guy on like Vine or Facebook that used to make those like would cut up the fruit and make jungle juice and he was like 45 years old?
You're not talking about Shoe Nice, are you?
No.
No,
that
no,
guy
no,
was
that
eat-
guy.
Do you know who I'm
deodorant.
talking about at all?
I seen the videos where the guy where he would like put it on like a big jug and he would like do this with the bottles so that all
Yeah.
the
Yes,
come out really
yes,
fast.
yes,
You're talking
that
about
guy.
concentrate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, with like liquor bottle. Like you take like the
Oh.
vodka and like do this with the bottle so like a vortex comes and
Oh,
all
yeah.
shoot
Yeah.
out.
There's
Yeah.
dudes, and they're putting like fucking candy in it too.
Yeah, it was like some like
Jolly
Caribbean or
Ranchers and all that
something.
stuff.
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah,
Doesn't do anything.
Candy is trash. If you eat candy, you're trash.
if you candy your trash. Jungle Juice is gonna move on, but KB, you're sticking with Jungle Juice too.
Yeah.
Jungle Juice against the Bottle Decor. KB to go into the finals.
Oh man.
This is really hard. I'm trying to think of like a scenario for it. Like if
Here.
you were to go to someone's house, right?
As much as I said about Jungle Juice, if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm doing a Jungle Juice Rager, you have to come," I would probably participate. But the liquor decor is unacceptable.
I'm just gonna, a case race, but with Jungle Juice would
Oh.
be. You
It's like
got
a
You have to
one-off
finish an
Jungle
open
Juice day.
cooler full of
Yeah,
Jungle Juice?
I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would die though. Like if you're getting fucked up by the
Yes.
beer, you guys, I think you would actually. Some of you would need medical attention pretty badly.
Yeah.
One for the bottles, Cheah.
The bottles could come from like, hey, my recycling is full. I'm not going out. It's raining, and then you just get lazy. Like there could kind of be a way you finagle, and that's just kind of
No.
an
No,
accident.
but that
that's not how
doesn't
it
mean
works.
it's
That's not the
no,
spirit of
That's
this.
not
No.
decor.
I think
Yeah,
that's
you
same
intentionally
Purposely displayed is what we're talking
arrange
about.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You curate it.
There's no okay. So all right, throw that argument out. Jungle Juice again, multi-step process. You're not making a pitcher of Jungle Juice. I don't know what's the smallest quantity of Jungle Juice ever.
That's a
made.
great question.
You make
That's a great
batches of
question.
Jungle Juice.
It has to be in
Yeah.
a garbage can.
There's no small batch Jungle Juice.
It could be in a bathtub. It's bad.
igloo cooler?
Jungle Juice.
Yeah.
But
yeah. igloo
here's
cooler.
a point for liquor decor is that even in college, I don't think Jungle Juice is cool. Like you're kind of like
I think it's
I think in college
it's
I was
not,
kinda
but it's
like-
not as cool as liquor decor.
It's kind of like, all right, I guess I'll
Yeah.
have one,
Yeah.
and then you have one. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this isn't that bad. I guess I'll have another.
It's always,
you're
oh,
dead.
this actually tastes good.
yeah.
Oh fuck, my pants are down.
And then 2 seconds later, you're dead. Yeah, or you're Dana waking up in a marsh face down behind a building. So right now we're 1-1. Rudy.
I thought the Jungle Juice would be unbeatable, but I think that KB's right. Like, if someone did a party where they're like, "Oh, we're doing Jungle Juice," you can once again achieve irony with that.
Or maybe if it's like a themed party, like a
Right.
Halloween party.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And
How-
you can stretch and manipulate the quality and the classiness of a Jungle Juice.
Jungle Juice at
can,
Halloween
yeah.
plays. You are right. I think even to
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I think I've had it recently.
I think
I'm gonna have it tonight for dinner.
It replaced Punch.
Yeah.
Punch does. I've never seen Punch in my. I don't think my entire life.
Punch
Like
didn't have
straight-
it.
Punch is trash.
What do you mean punch?
Like,
Like
when
fruit punch.
Like
People would do like that.
ladle it.
and like
Ladle
back
school
to
dance?
and like
Yeah.
back to
Yeah.
the future. They'd be like, "You want some punch?" That didn't exist.
I don't think that was real.
Yeah.
I think that was made up, and if it was real, it got replaced by Jungle Juice at one point. So maybe Jungle Juice is just like the rebranded version of that, because people would do that at Halloween. They do like liquored up Punch.
Yeah, and you somehow make it foggy or whatever.
That's kind of cool.
You know,
You're bringing me back in
yeah.
on it though.
Yeah, I think I'm actually flipping on Jungle Juice. I think that there is a universe where you can
Yeah.
make that doable after college.
Like a real,
Very rare.
it's like your crafty girlfriend, like they
Yes.
did like a cauldron with, and it was like fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
I
TikTok
agree.
recipe. Yep, I
But
see.
the bottle decor is so black and white. I think bottles.
2 for Bottle Decor, 1 for Jungle Juice. Pat.
Yeah, I think with Jungle Juice, there's a start and an end to it. So it's like, we're going to do this. There's a level of irony that can be achieved. It's actually not bad, and you can do it on a holiday. With bottle decor, that's a decision to permanently or semi-permanently have this in your house all the time. There's no benefit to having bottle decor. The benefit of Jungle Juice is you get drunk and it's hilarious to drink Jungle Juice. So, bottle decor.
Bottle Decor, 3 votes.
Yeah, to me, if we're going off like the disparity, Jungle Juice is always kind of in that gray area of like, oh, it's weird, but okay, it's not that bad. I think it's like so clear of like in college it is really cool to have a bunch of like liquor bottles displayed, and it instantly becomes not cool when you're out of college. So I'll go with that.
Me and my high school friends.
Spirit of the bracket pick.
Yeah.
Me and my high school friends got together this weekend for like the first time in a year. And as a joke, we were like, "What should we do next?" And we're like, "Oh, should we make jungle juice?" And everyone just kind of laughed it off. But if somebody said like, "Let's push it," and we did it, like we would have done it for the bit, like for the joke, and it could have happened. So now I'm starting to be like, maybe that was real.
I want jungle juice.
Yeah, and then
I would drink jungle juice right now.
And when you brought up like the Halloween party, I think it's gonna become a thing where it's like, oh, it's like when we're like 40 years old, or like it's gonna be like, oh, like early 2000s party, and it's just gonna be a jungle juice party.
I think it's just like the mixing
JJP
in the trash bag is what really is very college. But they do it now. Like they'll do an igloo cooler jungle juice. That's high class jungle juice. If you're getting it made in an actual beverage container, that's like basically adult.
They used to make it in styrofoam once, and the styrofoam would like chip off, and people would just drink the styrofoam.
Oh, that's gross. If jungle juice was in a Yeti, we'd
it's okay.
Yeah.
So the bottle decor is going to move on into the finals. On the other side, we have singing all the lyrics to Colt 45 by Afro Man versus living with all the shit ton of boys. Doogs, you first. He's doing all the lyrics in his head right now.
It is so lame to think of somebody at karaoke night being like, "I'm putting on Colt 45."
That's
Like,
brutal.
and I could think that like if you're living with your boys, there is a slight chance that like you guys are all at rock bottom. Like you guys all have to live in like someone's house. You're at the lowest point of your life. But Colt 45,
Or the highest.
yeah,
It sounds kind of fucking awesome.
yeah. I'm going Colt 45.
Colt 45, one vote.
Living with the boys. It's going to be tough for this to be because again, it's the inverse too, where you think of living alone in college versus living alone out of college, living with a bunch of guys in college, living with a bunch of guys when you're 29. I mean, look, I wish it was still socially acceptable to just live with all your boys. I wish nobody ever got married or had kids. I wish you just lived with all your boys all the time. But it's just not considered cool. So I got to go with that.
1-1 right now, Pat.
It's tricky because singing Colt 45 is a moment. Living with your boys is a
Life.
time. Is a lifestyle. Is a time. That's like we're going to live together for this calendar year, this semester, whatever it is. But I think it's more cringe to see someone sing Colt 45. Like if I walked in, or if you walked into someone's house full of the boys singing Colt 45, that's like a double whammy. But for me, it's Colt 45.
Acapella too. 2-1 right now in favor of Colt 45. Rudy?
Yeah, I'm thinking of the house in Knocked Up where they all live together. They're making a porn website. I don't think those I don't think those guys would be caught dead singing Afro Man. And I can't do that. Like, fucked on the bed, fucked on the floor.
The whole thing.
Fuck so
Fucked on
long.
the bed. I grew fuck so long. I grew a fucking afro. Like,
Thought to myself, chiba
the lyrics, I mean, the lyrics are incredible.
Why did that have
but-
such a fucking stranglehold over us? This one song.
I kind of want to hear it right now.
It's
because
crazy.
it tells a story. It's funny. I don't know.
I think it is that he's like a bard.
Yeah.
He was
There's
more of a
no-
Back
bard
when
than
it
a singer.
came out, it was like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I think that it was white kids could rap every word.
It was a what? Yeah.
Met
And
this
so-
woman in Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh my god. There's so
Stuck it in her
Fucked
ass.
her, and she said,
he says fucks her in the ass.
Fucks in the ass. Yeah.
Such a vulgar
So
song.
vulgar.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's Afro Man for sure.
Afro Man for sure. Cheah.
I'm gonna come clean. I don't know this song. I
You
looked
don't
up the
know what we're
release date.
talking about?
It was 2000. No, I don't
Colt
know. I just know
45
College
and 2
Oh,
zigzags.
dude, yeah.
Hey, that's all
Yeah, I think
I need.
acapella would be worse.
Yeah.
You're at happy hour and someone just like, hey, wait a minute, man. Hey, check this out, man.
5, 6, 7,
And just
8.
goes in.
Or if someone gets the ox and puts that on at a party.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do that in Pitch Perfect.
The
it's a
karaoke
great
would
call.
be so lame.
Yeah.
You really haven't heard it. There's no way.
I don't.
right. We could. Can
play
you
it?
guys play it for Cheah, and then I'll cut it and post, and we could I'll zip to the next spot. I want you to have a chance to be able to hear it.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that song.
That's
so
one of the most
in
shocking
fairness,
things
I
ever.
should abstain. Yeah, it came out in 2000, so I feel like it should be my timeline, but I've never heard that song.
So
That's
abstain.
crazy.
KB?
That versus
Living with a shit ton of boys.
yeah, there could be some financial like excuses, especially in a big city. But yeah, I'm gonna go Colt 45.
Colt 45 going to move on. Next up, we have the living in a vile home versus stealing street signs. This is a fucking powerhouse matchup, KB.
It's it's living in a it's shit.
It's hard.
Stealing street signs because there was a spark in your head that told you like that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, a vile home is just you're filthy. You might still be kind of cool, but not the street signs.
Not the street signs. One for the street signs. Cheah?
I was gonna think that Vile Home was gonna win easily, but then I thought like if you're like 26 and you're going out with friends of friends, maybe, or you get invited back to like, you know, a house party after a bar by some people you were hanging out with at the bar, and someone you don't really know that well steals a street sign, do you like, and you have no tie to them, do you like kind of maybe turn them in or just like alert someone?
No,
Because
Jay.
that's
Definitely
just
don't do that.
crazy behavior.
That is
I mean, if you have no ties to them,
You're just gonna rat on a random person?
for a street sign.
Who would you
could be
even
like-
who would you even rat them to?
The cop would arrest you for ratting on them.
That's
The cops.
if someone's like in my neighborhood, like stealing street signs, that's a problem.
It's not. No, Che.
You're gonna get lost?
Yes, you're correct in your judgment of them, but if you told a cop that, that would be unanimously the lamest thing.
Maybe not like live.
Stealing
my
no parking signs out of my block. They'd be
I'd like to
no.
file a report, please.
Yeah, maybe not live, but this could be a future 311 call.
That's even worse.
So I'm gonna go stealing street signs. That's a crazy move.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. 2 for street signs, Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, Doogs was out of college and living in a vile bando, basically, and I like Doogs. If Doogs was the kind of guy that gets drunks and steals street signs, I would not associate with him whatsoever. I would think less of him. I would think of him as an idiot. So it's street signs.
Nice. 3 for street signs.
What is it? Street signs versus what?
Living in a disgusting home.
Oh.
It's hard.
I think the thing with street signs is if someone steals it, they think they're doing a cool thing.
Correct.
Like, check it
that's
out.
That's the issue.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And I think there are a lot of reasons people have filthy homes. I think it's street signs.
Street signs is going to win, but
I know it's a little different because it's not stolen, but it is a little bit funny hearing KB rail against people who have street signs while he's sitting under a street sign that says "In Bradford."
and a poster to the other side, too.
Decorated our I'm just like we are in what we were talking about.
We have jerseys.
We got jerseys, flag, ironic
You have
flag.
everything here. You have everything we've just described.
But yeah, I'll go with.
Wow.
I guess I'll go with the street
paraphernalia.
signs.
Yeah. Another one for street signs, Doogs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I lived in filth, not like by choice.
The
but
trash corner.
Yeah, the trash corner. I have
Trash corner's insane.
I have nothing to stand on. It's street sign.
So stealing street signs is going to move on and go up against singing all of the lyrics to Colt 45 by Afro Man.
You are a cringe loser. Like a cringe loser if you sing Colt 45. You're a criminal loser if you steal a street sign. And there is a far difference. And I have to go with stealing a street sign.
Stealing a street
Yeah,
sign.
it's tough, but if it's like, what would I rather have someone I'm out with do? I could sit through those 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
More than I'd rather him go steal a street sign.
5
So,
minutes.
yeah, I'll go with steal a street sign.
And you have to nail every single word. It's imperative.
Yeah.
No other street sign, Pat?
Same thing. It's just the element of like trying to impress people by stealing something. Ugh, get out of here.
Yep, the kleptos. 3 for street signs, Rudy.
Yeah, it's street signs. Tommy was right. You can suffer through someone singing Afro Man, but I cannot stand someone that's like, I'm going to steal this street sign. I'm a fucking badass. It's crazy.
I'm surprised Mincy's never tried. That's like the one song he could sing. It's this one. Cheah.
It's over, so I'll abstain, but it would probably be street signs.
Your street sign, KB.
Yeah, it's street signs.
Okay, so the finals is having the liquor bottle decor versus stealing street signs. Which one of these things becomes instantly uncool the second you leave college? Starting with you, KB.
Okay, so stealing street signs, it's still it's an adrenaline rush, and there's a chance you could get caught. It's kind of an accomplishment, but just proudly displaying your empty liquor bottles, that's like the equivalent of like hanging up all your like little league trophies as an adult. I think it's worse.
You think it's worse?
I think it's less cool.
Gotcha. One for the bottles, Cheah.
So how does one steal a street sign? Do you take the whole thing out of the ground, or do you
Rip
go
it
up
out of
and,
the
like,
ground?
take-
Yeah.
It's kind of badass to
Yeah.
Or you can take like a
uproot
baseball
whole
bat.
street sign.
You just
Feat of
like
strength.
sometimes you unscrew it with a wrench.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go with stealing the street signs because the bottles, like, that can be a little bit more of a snap decision, whereas the street signs, not only you're stealing, you're going and displaying it, right?
Yeah.
But if I went to someone's house and they had like 100 stolen street signs, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah.
And
if you
you're-
have that many, I do agree. with
If
you.
you-
Michael
yeah, like-
Jordan.
There's a number you have to hit for it to be cool.
A
Their
minimum.
excuses, I just fucking have to.
There's definitely a minimum number. So one for bottles, one for street sign. Rudy?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but in the spirit of the bracket, the thing that is only cool in college.
We got to remember college.
Yeah.
Compared to college.
Right. So in the spirit of that, the bottle thing is that because that I've never seen that outside of college. And it's such a clear that is a thing in college, and then you get out, you never see it again. Whereas the stealing the street signs is just something that people have in their brain where it's like I can't help myself. I must steal signs.
And you probably did it wasted, whereas
Right,
you're
yeah.
sober the next morning, like rearranging
Yes.
Svetka bottles
Yes.
to color coordinate.
Yeah. It shows the brand. The funniest ones were like the brand loyal ones, where it was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, in this home we drink Tito's.
Oh, UV Blue was the one house I was at. They loved
Yeah.
UV Blue.
But that just dies as soon as you leave college. So I got to go with that in the spirit of what the bracket parameters are. That is
Great
it.
spirit of the bracket pick.
Okay. Just make them. I need to check them with Tommy first. 2 for the bottles, 1 for the street signs. Pat?
I think, like KB said, there has to be a certain, like if you have a ton of them, it's like, whoa, it's kind of cool. But if you're just like randomly stealing street signs, it's the lamest shit in the world.
I think 2.
You're kind of right.
I think 2 is the worst number of street signs. Because 1, it was like
One was
all
a
right,
fluke.
one
Oh, I did it when I was
One
yeah.
was a fluke,
Yeah.
and 2 is like you
Two's a
did it
pattern.
again.
It also depends. Like if you steal the street sign from like where you grew up, or it's a funny street name, that's way different. That shows vision.
Yeah.
Like Danny
I like
Ocean
want to do that to
versus-
my home street sign now.
versus
Yeah.
like I can't get like the yield.
The yield sign and like a cone.
yeah.
Oh, the cones. Everyone always
The
had a
cones,
cone.
man.
Dirty cone.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, but I agree that's like my biggest pet peeve. But it is done after college.
Yeah. I haven't seen either of these after college.
True.
The
I
thing
guess
is,
so.
I think for me, like even in college, if someone stole a street sign, I wouldn't be like, "That's fucking epic." I would still have
I
the
think
part
I
of.
would.
I think
I
there'd still
would.
be a part of me that's like, I don't know. if
Depends
you
on the
should've
Yeah,
done
But if you
that.
see 50 bottles of vodka,
I
like that is kind of
in
epic.
college, that's
saw it,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I saw it in their room after, it wouldn't be cool. If I was with them while he ripped a street sign out of the ground, I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I think the vodka bottles, it was impressive at a point, but I think that people just started asking friends for their vodka bottles.
Yes, definitely.
Which it lost its lust.
It's true.
It's luster, yeah. Tommy?
I'm gonna go with the bottles because I think it does capture the essence of what this bracket is.
Essence pick.
So
Yeah,
we are
That's right. I used my spirit pick last round.
we are 3-2 in favor of the bottle decor.
Okay, the lamest thing that you can do in college is, I think that there is one scenario where stealing a street sign is cool, and it's like if your last name is on the street. Like I walk by McDougal Street, and I often think to myself, if I was a lame ass college,
I'm gonna
kid, I
steal
would-
it for you.
I would steal that sign.
Yeah.
Like that-
If McDougal Street ever goes missing in the West Village, we
You know
we
to
know
go.
who did it.
Dude, I'm gonna steal it for you.
Che, you could call 311 on me.
I mean, that would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Like if you got McDougal Street
yeah.
from Greenwich Village, I'd be like, oh
No,
my god.
Yeah.
How
You
did
get-
you
then
do
you
You
get
that?
get Scabelli Street.
It's one of the hardest things you could probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
McDougal is like iconic. That would
Yeah.
be, and then you
Right.
can get Gay Street.
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Chase Street's got to be somewhere.
So yeah, my answer is the decor.
The decor, the bottle decor is going to be the big winner of the bracket, episode 136, which thing is not cool, only cool to do in college. I think that was a well-deserved winner.
Yep.
And that was our, what, 4 seed, 2? I think not a bad seeding. This is a
We
tough one to
squeezed
seed,
the
too.
juice on that well. We squeezed the juice on that
Yeah. But thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode.